Hello and welcome to Bella and Karen's presentation about the Suresh baby. We have chosen to talk about four analysis points, and I will talk about the person characteristics and the relationship between Desiree and Aman. Desiree is the main character in the story, and she has been found by a French couple called Monsieur and Madame Valmont. They considered her as a gift from God because Madame Valmont was incapable of bearing a child. Desiree is also described as pure perfection in the text, while the girl grew to be beautiful and gentle, affectionate and sincere. Desiree seems girly, and her happiness depends on superficial things. This is shown in this quote: "I knew you would be astonished, loved Desiree, at the way he has grown. The little crocodile. Look at his legs, Mama, and his hands and fingernails. Real fingernails. Sandrine had to cut them this morning. Isn't it true, Sandrine?" This way of acting could be caused by that her parents appreciate her very much, and therefore maybe she has been very spoiled as a child. But it can also be because she is married to a rich man, Amand. Desiree is very insecure. This is, for example, shown when she senses that something is wrong with Amand. "Aman," she called, in a voice which must have stabbed him if he was human. But he did not notice. "Aman," she said. Then she rose and tottered towards him. Desiree is scared that her perfect picture of happiness will break, and that makes her insecure, as this quote tells. I'm so happy it frightens me." When Aman doesn't believe that she is white, this fear becomes her reality and she reacts very dramatically. "I shall die, I must die, I cannot be so unhappy and live." This witness about her insecurity and emotionality. Aman is the husband of Desiree. He seems very traditional and old-fashioned, and this is, for example, shown in this quote where Desiree speaks to Madame Valmont about Aman's opinion about their child. "Oh, Aman is the proudest father in the parish, I believe, chiefly because it is a boy to bear his name, though he says not that he would have loved a girl as well." Aman is described as a hard and cold man who is emotionally distanced, but Desiree and the baby have melted his heart. This is, for example, shown in this quote: "But Aman's dark, handsome face often had not often been disfigured by thorns since the day we fell in love with her. But what goes around comes around. The love is not strong enough to conquer the traditional and cold-hearted man." A man thinks that Desiree has some black blood in her because of their baby's skin color, and he treats her with great coldness and contempt. This is shown when Desiree, in desperation, tries to convince him that she is white. "As white as La Blanche," he returned cruelly, and went away, leaving her alone with their child. And now I want to talk about the relationship between Desiree and Aman. Aman and Desiree have an uneven relationship. They are definitely not equal. This is especially shown when Aman tells her to go. Aman has treated her horribly, but still she asks him his opinion and hopes that he will tell her to come back. "Do you want me to go?" "Yes, I want you to go." She turned away like a stunned by a blow and walked slowly towards the door, hoping he would call her back. This tells us that Aman has all the power and Desiree is inferior in the relationship. This is not unusual at the time, and nor is racism.
The themes that are examined in this short story do also focus on some of the things that Karen started talking about between the relationship of Desiree and Armand. So first off, it's about gender. So Desiree tries to deny Armand's allegations about her race, but in the end she accepts Armand's wishes for her to leave. And this is because of his position in gender. And she cannot change his mind. And even though he is strict towards her, she always finds the good in him. And the couple they do contrast each other, especially when it comes to the last argument. Quote, "Do you want me to go?" "Yes, I want you to go." Quote end. Armin is straightforward and seems to have no regret about the situation, while Desiree is uncertain and does not want to go willingly. Gender roles were very normal at this time and age, and a black woman would be beneath a white man if they were together, just like a white woman would be. And it would be less embarrassing than had it been a white woman with a black man, because then the black man would be above the white woman, and this would mess with the racial hierarchy. To further the racism, this is also a theme of the short story. So the main conflict centers around Desiree's supposedly mixed race background. So her husband Armand has an inner hatred towards the black race and finds that he cannot be with Desiree since she supposedly is the reason that the baby is back. Even though it turns out that he himself is actually the black mixed race person. But the fear that his wife is actually mixed race leads him to believe that marrying her and having a baby with her was a mistake, and that this could ruin his family name. Quote, he thought Almighty God had dealt cruelly and unjustly with him, and felt somehow that he was paying him back in kind, and he stabbed thus into his wife's soul. Moreover, he no longer loved her because of the unconscious injury she had brought upon his home and his name. End quote. He does not want to believe her, and she insists that she indeed is white, and therefore abandons her. Nothing is able to convince him, and or that he is a person with a black heritage, until he gets a letter from his mother, because he's so filled with hatred towards black people that he does not want to think that he could be of this race. There's also the Ron Drop rule, which could be put in perspective of racism as a theme. The one drop rule is when a person has an ancestor or more ancestors of sub-Saharan African ancestry, and this would be considered to mean that the person would be black because of the black blood or the one drop. And therefore this rule can be seen themed to racism in the text. Even if you do not look black, you could still be considered black if past or you had a drop of black in you. So this is also how he views his wife, Desiree, and the baby, because he thinks that they're the ones with the one drop in them. And to conclude on the themes, you can see that Desiree is not quite the normal wife, since she keeps arguing with Armand and showing a different kind of narrative of a married wife of the 18th century, 19th century, sorry. And I think also for Armand, he does not want to be considered black, because then he would be both above and under Desiree, and this would mean embarrassment towards him and his name. This would mess with his racial hierarchy and how he would be portrayed in society. And through all of these themes, we also looked at the structure. So the short story structure revolves around in and out of conflicts, and these conflicts are found in the different characters. To start off, we have an example where Desiree realizes that the baby is not white, and she has an inner conflict with herself to try and justify the baby's existence. Both Desiree's eyes had been fixed absently and sadly upon the baby, while she was striving to penetrate the threatening mist that she felt closing about her. She looked from her child to the boy who stood beside him and back again over and over. Ah, it was a cry that she could not help, which she was not conscious of having uttered. The blood turned like ice in her veins, and a clammy moisture gathered upon her face. End quote. Madame Vermont also has an inner conflict, since she does not know if she should have told Desiree before she found out for herself that baby was mixed race. And to end the short story, the writer also uses a final inner conflict with Armand, where it's his own race and how he finds out that he himself is of black heritage, and this is kind of ironic, since he sent his wife and baby away for thinking that the wife was actually of a mixed race. but in reality it actually was himself. And there's also a central outer conflict, which is this conflict between Desiree and Armand at the end of the short story, where they have the argument about the baby and the accusations of being black or of this race. Um, and both the themes and structure go well hand in hand with each other.